But we do want to begin this 10 a.m. hour with a major development in the Middle East. The political leader of Hamas killed, Iran now vowing revenge against Israel. ABC News' Matt Rivers live in Tel Aviv this morning. And Matt, we appreciate you spending time with us to break it all down for us. Can you just explain why this is such a significant situation?
Yeah, good morning, guys. This really came out of nowhere. There was 2 assassinations, according to the IDF, that took place within the last 24 hours. The first one happened in a southern neighborhood of the city of Beirut. That is something that we were expecting. A Hezbollah commander, a very senior commander in Hezbollah, was targeted and killed, according to the IDF. And they say that was their direct response to what happened over the weekend, which was a missile attack that killed 12 children, a Hezbollah rocket, according to IDF, in the Israel-controlled Golan Heights. We were expecting that response. What then happened a few hours later, no one was expecting. That's an assassination in the capital city of Iran, Tehran. That is where the Hamas political leader, was actually there to see the inauguration of the new Iranian president. He was within their security bubble at that point. And yet, what we're told from Hamas is that Israel targeted that political leader. He's been around for a very long time. He was the #1 in the Hamas organization on the political side. They targeted him and he died. Now, Israel has not directly taken responsibility for that attack, but it is a huge deal because of where it happened and who was killed.
Exactly, Matt. So let's talk about those geopolitical implications here, because how does that impact the potential of a ceasefire, the possibility of hostages being released? Because we know that Haniyeh was the one heading up a lot of those peace talks, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's what's thrown all of this into limbo. We're actually in touch with some of the family members of the hostages that remain in Gaza, and a lot of them are concerned about this because there had been some signs of progress in these negotiations over the last few weeks. And we have said that before. Viewers who've been watching us for a while now know that they've heard signs of progress in these ceasefire talks before, but there really seemed to be momentum last week, especially while Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was in the United States meeting with some of those family members. And yet here we are, where one of the chief negotiators there has now been assassinated, and it really throws the whole process into doubt. So where we go from here is an open question.
Hey, Matt, it's Sam. Nice to see you there for us. Also, this really now, we've got, fingers on hot buttons all over the place right now, because though we don't have Israel taking, blame for it, we do have it in Iran, happening in Iran. So now Iran's in. So if we don't prove that it wasn't them, what does the U.S. do here? How do you walk that line where you don't have total chaos?
Yeah, and that's what they've been doing really since the beginning of this war. That's the fine line that the U.S. has been walking, wanting to come out and strongly support Israel, which has been standing U.S. government policy for decades now, but also not wanting to escalate this situation into a wider regional war that the U.S. would inevitably be dragged into because of that previously mentioned support of Israel. So what they've been trying to do is urge the Israelis to not take too far of a step that would prompt the other side to launch an all-out war. And they're also trying to do the same thing from the other side. So it's a very dangerous game that's being played right now. So far, it's been kept in check, but there is constantly the risk that a spark turns into a fire and it becomes an escalation that really spirals out of control.
Let's hope this isn't the spark.
No, absolutely. Matt Rivers live in Tel Aviv. We appreciate it.